So guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about Until Dawn, just really quick. If any of you know me really well, you'll know that I am 100% into horror movies. I love Halloween. I love slasher films. My favorite villain, if you ever ask me, I will always tell you the same thing. Jason Voorhees. I don't care how cliche he is or how many people hate him. A lot of people like Michael Myers more. I love Jason Voorhees. He's the snake that gets you out in the forest when you think you're alone and you think you're, in the safe zone, and you accidentally step on this snake and it bites you. That's exactly what Jason is to me. He's this thing out in the woods that'll get you if you're not aware. So anyway, yeah, he's more than just a zombie to me, but Until Dawn has the potential to set some stones for what games could be in the horror genre. Think about this, guys. We've never had a legit slasher film, an 80s slasher film type video game done like this. This is the way, when I was a kid, this is what I wanted to play. When I was a kid, I wanted to play a slasher horror game where somebody's hunting you through the forest. Somebody's hunting you when you're in a cabin. Somebody's hunting you down a quiet path, when you think you're safe, and then no, there's obstacles and there's things that get in your way and things that go wrong. And nowadays it's cheesy, but I know I'm older now and all this stuff, it really doesn't get to me as much as it used to when I was a kid. But you know what? I'm still gonna enjoy it because I've been waiting for a game like this for forever. The thing is, it can either really suck or it can be really good. Heavy Rain, I loved Heavy Rain. Beyond Two Souls, I haven't got a chance to play that yet, but I'll tell you, Heavy Rain was a 10-hour game, and I absolutely loved it. And it was suspense thriller, it was psychological horror, it wasn't a slasher horror, it was more of a mystery, it was a serial killer, a serial killer movie. I'm perfectly okay with the quick time events. If this game, I know Jason Graves is doing the music. So far, what I've seen, I'm really, really turned on by it. I'm afraid of the things that they haven't shown us yet. I do have somewhat of a bad feeling for this game. I don't know. Sometimes these people will come out and surprise you. This game company, I'm scared because this game company has never made anything big. I'm scared because they've shown what they can, but it's, I'm just kind of skeptical because horror games are either hit and miss. They're either really good or they're just terrible, and I really don't want this game to be terrible. So, when it comes out, it's going to be great. And I just wanted to show you guys this one clip really quick. This is cool that they done in this game. Look at this. He jumps down and you see a figure behind him over his right shoulder, and there's no cue. There's no pointing him out. He's just there. He's like an Easter egg. Now, you guys need to see this. I never noticed this until somebody pointed it out in a YouTube video. Look at this part in Friday the 13th. When the lightning strikes, you can notice it. It's the same thing. Isn't that creepy as hell? It's the same thing. So if Supermassive can keep stuff like this up through the 10 hours of the game, like these things that really turned us on when we were teenagers or kids, watching these mediocre, they were bad. They're bad horror films, but we love them as kids, and that's what this Until Dawn is. Like, a lot of people complain because of the acting, but it's done on purpose. All these teenagers are supposed to be annoying. They're supposed to be cheesy. They're supposed to be gross. You want them to die. They're playing off of all these cliches, and if they have all these cool cliches sprinkled out through the game, like, that's enough for me to be completely happy with it. So if they have a decent story placed on top of all that, that's more icing on the cake for me. But I'm really hoping. It's just around the corner now. I really want a good horror game to play over the fall season, October is coming up. We need some horror games, man. I want to see horror make a comeback, and I really hope Supermassive brings it back, so other companies might want to try something themselves, maybe make some more slashers. Dude, I would love it if there was a little library of slasher film type games. The only thing we got is Clock Tower. and maybe a couple other games, but Clock Tower is the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. And I really, really loved that game because it was scary. You walk around, you don't know when he's going to pop out of a locker or be hiding in the room or come for you. The Scissor Man came for you randomly, and that was scary. Like, you heard his little musical tone come up creeping in, and you hear his scissors, and you're like, oh my God, I gotta that tension. I love that tension, and I hope that Supermassive Games can bring that tension, that sense of hardcore tension to the table of running away from a thing, and then all of a sudden you're in a quiet room and you don't know if he's gonna come out there. You don't know if you're safe or if he's still around or if there's still danger. I hope they can nail all that, because if they can nail all that, great job. Then you guys got a masterful piece of work here, and I really want to see some of that, because that's what makes horror movies. That's what makes those slasher games, and I guess we'll be looking at it on August 25th. So thanks guys for listening, and I hope you play it and enjoy it too. Let's see if this is going to be a good one. Bye bye.